In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you some solutions that we've engineered for customers, either OEMs or customers out in the field, to solve problems. Example, this sleeve right here was taken, customer application, these hoses, if you picture them being about 70 feet long, and what we've done is we've created a system to hold the sleeving to the hose assembly. So this sleeving would be attached on the inside of the sleeve here. So as the sleeve is wrapped, we come over the top here, we have a redundant enclosure here. This top enclosure comes over the top to make a seal, to make your tubular seal. We have redundant straps to help hold this assembly together. This is primarily used in the heavy-duty industry or in the oil patch industry. And we've also incorporated lifting slings, because when this assembly is finished, this hose assembly weighs about 3,000 pounds. So what we do is we have lifting slings that's allowed a crane to take this up to the top of, example, a derrick and install the system. Similar application, not as heavy duty. This was a short sleeve on a set of hoses here. What we've done is we've incorporated a strap on the inside that's attached to the sleeve, and what that does is that just keeps the sleeve attached so it will not walk or will not move down. So this was just a very simple engineered solution so that sleeve will not move from that position, but you don't have anything exposed on the outside of that. Many of our applications now encompass high temperature materials with different types of materials. So we incorporate many different types of high temperature, especially like in the Tier 3, Tier 4 engines that you're seeing today that has extremely high temperatures. So most of these products here would be a custom version of our sleeving with some different types of materials. Example, this one has Nomex hook and loop. As this would fold over, we use different types of fiberglass strapping to strap this up here. And again, just a custom sleeve for custom applications, but you can kind of see some of the different layers of the product that goes into this particular application. Again, very high temperature application. This was a custom sleeve made for a off-road equipment manufacturer, where they had a hydraulic hose coming down from a manifold, which is a little bit wider, and it came down through the frame, and underneath the frame there they had a very sharp edge on the frame, and that would fray and damage the hoses there. So what we did was we put this patch. This is one of our highest abrasive materials. We didn't need to make the whole sleeve out of that. We just did one small area where it was really critical, but that helped keep the cost down in this particular assembly. In the spray foam industry, when they're using isocyanide foams and they're spraying them, many times what happens is these hose assemblies are very long and it's abrasive. They, they damage them and stuff when they drag them through buildings. So what we do is we do a special carbon fiber liner in this particular application. But we make it where it comes in about a 150-foot roll, and they can just cut it off and they can sleeve their assembly. So that keeps all the heat internal to keep that foam from crystallizing. Some applications are more for safety. Some of our underwater applications we do. We might have sleeve assemblies that could be up to 600 feet long. And when you're underwater, a lot of times what we do is we'll put reflective materials on our sleeving, so the divers underneath there, if they're 600 feet deep, when they hit them with their lights, this reflective here, which is a 3M product right here, crushed glass, you get good reflectivity, and what happens is they don't chance damaging their own hoses. Sometimes they get divers that actually cut into their own hydraulic hoses because they can't see. Same type application, but more of an orange, more of a high visibility. A lot of construction happens at night now on construction crews. So a lot of times if there's moving parts or things like that in an area they don't want to have, they found a very inexpensive way to do is take our sleeving with different reflective materials that they can take and put over an existing piece of equipment out in the field. Here's an example of piece, a very simple piece, which was just a different, very high aggressive for abrasion on this material, and what we did was we incorporated our hanging straps into this. So that could be attached to a frame. Could be any length of that. This is just kind of showing a representation of how that could be made. This product right here is a special product that actually has many safety features in it. We actually have an absorbent material to absorb materials from leakage. And as this material comes around, we have triple redundancy for seals. So when this wraps around, and we make this enclosure, there's actually triple redundancy for any type of a liquid to penetrate out or to penetrate in. We have had custom applications of this particular product that's over a mile long in applications. This is another sleeve. A lot of times it's used in the oil patch industry for things where people just don't want to take the chance of a sleeve coming apart, where we have triple redundancy, where these flaps come out as it's made into a loop. This loop gets put over on the inside. This flap, this external flap, gets put over here, and these end flaps come around. So you have some major redundancy happening to make sure that this sleeve will never come apart in the application.